Hey everyone, Chit Fahadung's here to talk about the smaller Kowa 16D. Now that almost all of the big Kowas have been covered, it's time to check out the other options. As all Kowas, this is a projection lens, which means double focus, which means pain. The advantage of its small size is that it's easy to fit into most single focus solutions out there. For this one, I've been using the Rectilux Hardcore DNA. This adapter goes a little too heavy on the vintage look, and the artifacting is too much for my taste. Before moving forward, I would like to thank Eli Hershko. He's the reason this review was possible. He originally sent me the Kowa to get sharpness fine-tuned, as the inner mechanism is the same as the bigger Kowas, and then he let me keep it for a little while longer in order to get this review done. Thanks so much, Eli. Now, the most pressing matter about the Kowa 16D. This lens is nothing like the Sankor 16D. The Sankor 16D is much bigger and delivers much better results. So stop asking if they are the same. They are not the same. Cool. As a conventional projection lens, this means that this lens is double focus and it has a 2x stretch. I highly recommend using a single focus solution for this one, since the small front element means that you get no additional vignetting from the single focus solution. Focus ranges from 5 feet or about 1.5 meters all the way to infinity, and a focus throw that is roughly 300 degrees. The compact size yields good weight, just under 300 grams, but you won't be able to use any crazy fast lenses. Since the rear element is about an inch wide or 2.5 centimeters, this will limit your light transmission. You can use the calculator to check out what is your maximum aperture based on the focal length, but don't expect to get f1.0 effective with this adapter. As any Kowa so far, the threads in the back are non-standard, which means that you need a clamp for it. In my case, I 3D printed a filler ring so I could use my original 3D printed clamp, and that worked great for the back. And for the front, since I was using the Rectilux Hardcore DNA, the Kowa didn't fill the gap inside of it, so I had to print another filler ring. And you guessed it right, the links for those two files are in the video description. But if you don't trust or you don't like 3D prints, you can get your metal solid super effective clamps from Redstan or Rapido. Pricing is the aspect that gets people pumped up about this adapter. It won't cost you much over $200 to $350. And if you have your alerts active, you can get it for even less. They're quite common and they go for quite cheap. As any Kowa branded lens, the 16D is sharp at its center, even at fast apertures, but the edges quickly lose quality, becoming too warpy and soft. I'd stick for longer lenses so you use more of the center area. Apparently, the 16Ds use Kowa's old formula for coating, which brings into the picture beautiful and strong purple bluish flares from strong light sources. Due to its small size, I keep repeating that, don't I? The 16D vignettes more easily than its big sisters. On full frame, I can only get a 2.4:1 CinemaScope clean at 58mm, with lots of distortion going on. And the next step is 85mm for full frame clearance. You can follow the sharpness tune-up tutorial in order to very likely improve your 16D's image quality. And in the end, this lens is not really my type. The same way big heavy projection lenses aren't really my thing, the tiny scopes aren't my thing either. For me, the amount you're losing in image quality and vignetting is not equal, it's not a balanced trade-off for what you get in less weight, a more compact design, and a cheaper price tag. If you're using a smaller sensor than full frame, you're very much more likely to enjoy this adapter, but I would recommend something even smaller than Super 35 or APS-C. Now's the time that you help me out by liking this video and by sharing it with your peers. If you have any questions or suggestions, shoot them in the comments below, and you should really subscribe if you're into this anamorphic business. If you feel like funding my research, there's my Patreon page where you can make monthly donations and get exclusive rewards or vote on the upcoming episodes, and that would be very, very helpful. So thank you for watching. I'm Chito Fadungs, and I'll see you next week.